investment is not any of those. But let's talk about today because helps you to pay bills, but assets builds wealth. And that's what we want to talk about today. If you want to know everything about the best asset with the highest return on investment, then you want to stick around. Welcome into Money Talk with Dr. Lina, and we are talking about assets today. This is the day we are in day 10 already of the Mid-Year Money Reset Challenge. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. So amazing. What if today we're talking all about asset? Asset, because there's one thing. If you put your money in the bank, it's not going to grow. If you put your money towards liability, depreciating lifestyle liability, it's not going to grow, right? It's going to not help you. It's not going to give you financial freedom. But what then gives you financial freedom? It's something called asset. And that's the challenge for you today, which is how do you buy asset? Everything about asset. Kwame, welcome in. Travel Queen, welcome in. Obed, welcome in. Welcome, everyone. And today, it's the best asset I have ever bought. It wasn't real estate. It wasn't ETFs. I'm expecting you to say, oh yeah, I know Dr. Lina would say real estate, ETFs, all of whenever we talk about assets, you know how much I rave about you putting your money in asset, right? And then I rave about ETF, I rave about real estate, I rave about businesses. But what if I tell you that the best investment I've made so far and with the highest return on investment is neither of those three? So you want to stick around and know, if you want to know the best investment with the highest return on investment, not real estate, not ETF, make sure you're here till the end. Welcome in. If you're just connecting and you're just meeting Mega Gold, welcome in. Travel Queen, welcome in. Right? If you're just connecting and you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. So, and the goal for today. So sorry about that. And we're talking about asset. Call it asset, call it investment. Today we are on day 20, day 10 of the Mid-Year Money Reset. Genesis, welcome in on the YT side, on the TikTok side. Welcome in, everyone. How are you doing today? Happy Wednesday. Happy Umps Day. They call it Umps Day. I don't know what that is. G Badge, the event royal. Welcome in, Nat. Welcome in, and everyone that is right there. And let's keep tapping out the live. That's my name. My name is Dr. Lina. So it's so good to have you. If you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. If your goal is to start building wealth, then you're in the right place. So one thing is, today we are talking about asset. I know when you talk asset, is either you're thinking about stock market, is either you're thinking about the real estate, you think about business, which is absolutely accurate. But today I want to talk about the investment, that the one that that has given me the highest return on investment, right? The highest, you see ROI, that's highest return on investment. So tap out the live. We tried, let's get to 10,000 tap within the first 10 minutes and share out the live. Click on the follow button on the TikTok side. Click on the follow button, join the $1 Million League, and also join the 21 Days of Money Reset. So ensure that you're doing that. If your goal is to get to that $1 million status, though, you want to make sure you join and connect right here. And today we're talking about assets, because income helps you to build. It pays your bills, but assets does what? Asset gets to build you wealth. You want to build wealth, then you need to have assets. Yeah, how are you? Make sure you click on the YouTube side. Make sure you click on the subscribe button. Click on that subscribe button. Do not wait around and join the $1 Million League, which is this community. We're changing the status quo. We say that what the people do not do in 45 years, working from 20 to 65, what they do, we're saying that we're doing it in 10 years or less, following the millionaire blueprint, which is hidden in plain sight. It's right there in front of everybody, but we are not following it. This is not get rich quick scheme. This is not about hypes. So if your goal is to get to that $1 million status, following the strategy right here, then you want to make sure you click on that follow button, share out the live, tap out the live, invite your friends over. So the best investment. Everyone, in case you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a serial investor. I've been investing for close to 2 decades. I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. On top of that, I invest in the stock market, and on top of that, I'm also a doctor of business and technology. And I've been in corporate America for close to 2 decades. So I have seen it all. And even with that, even rose to the position of the vice president of technology. I never gained a financial freedom because I still kept on trading my time for money. And whenever I stopped working, I realized that my income stopped. So one of the things that gave me financial freedom, which I crave for, was what is called assets. So, and that's part of the strategy that we use here. So if your goal is to understand, what are the different types of assets, what assets or your goal is to gain financial freedom, then stick around. Make sure you click on the follow button. Make sure you click on the subscribe button. Let me know where you are connecting from. Whitney, welcome in. The Event Royal, welcome in. Thank you for tapping out the live. Yeah, Moriko, welcome in as well. How are you doing today? Happy Day. So we'll get it started. We need to let's get the tab to 1,000 tabs. Let's get it to 1,000 tabs because that's the only language that the algorithm understands. So what's that asset that is better than ETF? What is that asset that is better than real estate? I'm sure you're curious to know because that's the one that has given me the highest return on investment. Yeah. And if you want to know that, you want to stick around. So if I tell you this, and it's going to surprise you because it might be different from Suki. Thank you for tapping out the live. Alan Diapo, welcome in. Let me know where all of you are connecting from. I'm in Texas, in United States, and let me know where you're connecting from as well. And click on that subscribe button. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Awesome. So you probably would have heard real estate ETF. What is ETF? ETF is exchange traded funds. Simply means that you're putting your money in the stock market, right? But instead of and it's a smart way of investing because it helps you to diversify your risk. It helps you to diversify your portfolio. And of course, it helps you to limit your risk, right? So why is that important, right? We're going to be talking about that. So calm down. I'm going to tell you all about it. So if you have never heard about ETF before. The other thing is real estate, right? And as a matter of fact, if you have your gadget, I want you to check something. Where does the multimillionaire, where do they put their money? You would see, number one that you would see is that you will have the cash and cash equivalent. Beautiful Miss Sapphire, user, welcome in. Suki, where does the multimillionaire put their money? If you want to understand that, just go on Google. It's hidden in plain sight. Have you ever checked that? Where does Jeff, welcome in, Suki, right? Where do you think and the Event Royal, where do you think the multimillionaire put their money? It's right there in front of everybody. But how many times have you gone on, ChatGPT on Google and just ask, you want to become a millionaire? How come you are not checking where the millionaires are putting their money? Or better still, where is the multimillionaire putting their money? And you would see it right there because that was the changing point for me that I gained helped me to gain financial freedom, helped me to start building wealth when I did that search. And I want you to do that search as well. The first thing that you'll find is cash and cash equivalents, which is they'll put money, which is their emergency fund in whatever, in a bank account or whatever, something that is almost liquid, right? That's number one. The second thing is ETF, right? ETF index funds. You would see them put their money in ETF index funds, right? You will not see them put their money in the stock market, but majorly in index fund and ETF, right? Maybe that's the reason why people lose money in the stock market because they do their own differently. The other thing is that number three is they put their money in real estate, right? So it tells you something where they put their money. You want to search that. But what if even with my owning double-digit real estate portfolio, what if I tell you that there's even an asset that is even worth more than, that it's giving me the best return on investment beyond this number one, number two, and number three? What if I tell you that? Yes, you'll be surprised. And we're going to be talking about today because it is not stock, it is not ETF, it's not also real estate, but it's one thing called knowledge, right? There's a reason why they say knowledge is power. I just gave you an hint today, right? I just gave you an hint. Where does you want to become a millionaire? Have you checked the blueprint of becoming a millionaire? That is hidden in plain sight right in front of you. Raphael, Marie, have you checked it? Ijoba, have you checked it? You want to become something. Have you checked it? Right? You want to become a medical doctor. You want to understand how much does the medical doctors, how much do they earn, right? You want to be a pastor. You want to understand what does it take to become a pastor, right? Or you want to be an engineer. You want to know what does it take to be on an oil rig. Maybe you're a petroleum engineer or whatever. You want to understand what it entails. But then you want to become a millionaire, but you have never. Oh, Rupi, how are you? Welcome in. Make sure you click on that subscribe button. Welcome in. Let me know where you are connecting from. So good to have you. Jasmine, welcome in. And everyone, Lily, welcome in. So you want to understand where exactly did they put their money? Because once you understand that, you would be able to do the same thing. And that's why I always say knowledge is power. And guess what? I tell you, they call me the queen of ETF. They call me the queen of real estate because I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. So if I tell you there's something that is even way more or better or is giving me the highest return on investment, you want to know, yes, giving me the best return on investment, it is called knowledge. Knowledge. I tell you, I have built a double-digit real estate portfolio because of what? Because I got the knowledge that I needed to successfully build real estate portfolio. And this was about 14 years ago where I started I should be slow. Okay. I'll try. I try, right? The first thing first is knowledge, right? That knowledge that I got about 14 years ago with $1,000, getting a training on real estate, that particular knowledge had built me millions of dollars. Of course, with other things, with so many other things that I have to put in place. It's not just knowledge, but you also have to, the fact that because some people have money, they don't know how to manage it. If you put your money and you simply leave your money in in the bank, there's something called the rule of 72. It tells you how long it takes your money to double. How long does it take your money to double? That is the rule of 72. So you want to understand that. So if you don't have the knowledge of the rule of 72, how then do you know, okay, should I put my money in the bank? Should I leave it in real estate? Should I put it in ETF? Or should I put it in the stock market? Right? That's why knowledge is very, very important. It is very, 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 very important. And that's why we're talking about, this is day 10 of 21 days of money reset. And thank you all. Let's tap out the live, share the live. We have, for my YouTube community, we do have what's it called, the YouTube on the other side. We have TikTok on the other side. So let's keep tapping out the live. Vibe creator Tammy, Anna, Chikoko, welcome in everyone that is just coming in. Welcome in, and we're talking about something absolutely important today. Zuki, welcome in. And if you're not if you're not clicked on the follow button, make sure you do that. You'll be sitting here for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Make sure you do that and share out the live. Samuel, welcome in. User, beautiful me, welcome in everyone. Benito, welcome in as well. Let me know where you're connecting from. I am in Texas, in United States, and tap out the live. We try to get to 10,000 taps and get the teaching going. So if you want to understand that singular asset that is even better than real estate, better than ETF, then tap out the live, share out the live, click on the follow button. And if you're just meeting me for the first time, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business. I'm not a doctor of medicine because I do not like blood, right? I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. Because if all that you do with your income, right, is what they taught us, right, in school, go to school, get a job, and of course, fund lifestyle. That's what you were taught. Meaning, take your income and use it to fund depreciating lifestyle liability. You know what's going to happen? It means that you will continue to work all till you get tired. You continue to work for so long, and then you know what that means exactly. So, but then how then do you gain financial freedom? For you to gain financial freedom, it's one thing. do take your income, fund lifestyle, and use majority of it to fund asset that we have here, like ETF, like real estate, and then it's going to start giving you something called cash flow. Then cash flow is going to give you financial freedom. Financial freedom is actually the goal. If your goal is anything, and what is financial freedom? Ability to live life at your own terms. Okay, ability to live life at your own term. So let me give a brief background about myself. Like all corporate finance. I'm an economist. I'm a chartered accountant. Moved to corporate to took certification and became moved to technology. Got into the position of vice president. But guess what? I did not still gain financial freedom until I started investing in assets, right? Because if your income stop, mail shop, thank you for all of the likes. If your income stops when you stop working, right? That means you do not have financial freedom. And here we talk about financial freedom because financial freedom is the goal. Money is just a tool. Financial freedom is the goal. So, and that's what this community is all about. MDL, which is Million Dollar League. We are building a community of people, millionaires, right? People that want to, maybe there's never been a single millionaire in your family, and your goal is to break that, build generational wealth. Then you are in the right community. All you have to do is to make sure you click on that follow button, click on the subscribe button on the YouTube side, and make sure you follow all of the principles here. As a matter of fact, hey, Nell just joined the Million Dollar League. Thank you so much for doing that. As a matter of fact, part of the things that we do here is to give you some free training, some free tools that is going to enable you using the multi-millionaires wealth blueprint, which you can simply go and Google. Where does the multi-millionaire put their money? Whatever answers that you see there, that is the wealth blueprints that we use, the wealth blueprints. Because if you want to get to somewhere, you want to know what the people that have succeeded in that area, like people ahead of you that have achieved that goal, how did they go about it? Follow that thing and you will see that you will get close to it. Even if you don't achieve it, you will get close to achieving it. Give me 1 second. You get close to achieving it. And that's why this is absolutely, absolutely important, right? So, and here we're saying that you're going to get to that $1 million status in 10 years. And people were like, oh, you know what? It's impossible. First, it starts with your mindset. If your mind cannot perceive it, your heart cannot. If your mind cannot perceive it, you will not achieve it. And that's the thing, right? Because here, it's a proven concept. It's not something that we are just taking off the blues, right? It's something that I can tell you under 10 minutes, under 2 minutes, or let's talk about it. So there's something called the rule of 72, and we're going to use ETF, we're going to use real estate, but there's something that's even better than real estate, something that is better than ETF, right? That's what we're going to be talking about today, because this is day 10 of the 21 days of money reset. So what do I mean? There's something called the rule of 72. Go on Google and check it. It's not me. It's not created by me. Rule of 72. It says that, tells you that how long it's going to take your money to double, right? Take number 272. Use it to divide it by your rate of return. So for instance, your bank, what is the interest rate? What interest rate do you get from your bank? Rex, welcome in. Mel Shop, what interest rate? I'm not talking about high yield savings account. I get 0.01 from Capital One. What is the interest that you get from your bank? And thank you all for tapping out the live. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. Make sure you click on the follow button and join the $1 Million League. Moneymaker, welcome in. Suki, user, Rex, beautiful me. Make sure you what is the interest? What interest are you getting from your bank? Just let's I just want to give you an idea, right? The rule of 72. What interest? M. Scott, welcome in. Patrick Major, welcome in. Mel Shop, Tammy, welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Ifeanyi, welcome in. 3.5%. That's higher savings account. Yeah, higher savings account, but your regular bank account. And we can do it with your so we're taking number 72. Mel says she gets 3.5%, right? Mel says she gets 3.5%. And I'm trying to pin this one here for anyone. Okay. So she gets three, and this is higher savings account. So take number 72 divided by 3.5%. Can you get a calculator and do that? I don't have, okay. I can also do it on my gadget here. Calculator, let's see. So it means that 72, and can somebody put the answer right there? 72 divided at 3.5. So 72 divided, Ambassador, welcome in. 72 divided by anyone. Hey, just to browse, welcome, congratulations, joining the $1 Million League. 72, and we're talking about the rule of some of the strategies that we use here. That's what we're talking about, because asset is a big deal in this whole process. Asset, anybody can help with that. So I got on my calculator, I got 20 years and 5 months. 20 years and 5 months. So Mel, if you want to know how long it takes that your money to double, it's going to take 20 years. Now, if you do it differently and you put it in an S&P 500 that has returned about 14 to 15%, you're going to 20 years and 5 months. So if you have been wondering, right, how long it would take your money to double, just take number 72 and divide it by the rate of return, or your interest rate, right? That interest rate is going to give you your number. Numbers don't fail. Data is always very accurate. It's when it's English that is subjective. Math is always very on point. So 20 years, 5 months is going to take your money doubling, having it at a 3.5%. If you now do the same thing and you put it in my own case, which is Chase, which is 0.01%, do you want to know how long it's going to take? It takes 7,200 years. So it means that your money is not going to, my money is not going, if I leave my money in the bank, it's not going to double in my lifetime, even if I reincarnate 7,200 times and I live up to 100 every single time. Jean, welcome in. Ibrahim, welcome in. La Creature, it's not going to, your money, it's the mail shops. Yes, your money, so it tells you something. Where you put your money really matters. You can be saving for all I care. And you can be doing everything. You can be working hard, taking extra shifts and all of that. But if you do not put your money in the right vehicle, you'll be running on one spot, like, you're on a treadmill. You're just on one spot. Just keep walking and running. That's why it is very important, right? And part of the strategies that we use, let's say we put our money in an S&P 500. Your money is going to double in less than 5 years, 4 years, 9 months. So take 72 divided by 14.5, you will get, what you're going to get is going to be about, you're going to get about 4 years, 9 months, and 2 days, right? Thereabout. 4 years and 9 months, let's say 5, compared to, where Mel is putting our money right now, which is still good, but then it's going to take you 20 good years plus some 5 months. And that's the difference. That's part of the things that they were not taught in school, right? We were taught to work and get that skill, but we were not taught how to build wealth. So in little things like that, that's part of the things that we teach right here. But what if I even tell you that what is even better? There's even something that is even much better, right? If you also use your money and you put it in real estate, that's another one. Another beast entirely, because I call it the wealth accelerator. Because I can tell you this, how do I know it's a wealth accelerator? Because I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. So double digits means something above 10. So it gives you an idea, right, of how many that I own, and not just own, also manage. So, and that's why I can tell you this. So, and this is not to brag, but it's just to tell you that instead of putting your money in the bank, your money, it's not growing. One thing I can tell you real estate is even better because with real estate, you're getting six paycheck, cash flow, equity, appreciation. You can use leverage. You can use other people's money. Even as a matter of fact, you get a lot of tax deduction. So you're wondering why is the multimillionaires and the millionaire that you are all of us we want to be, right? How come, how do I put it? Why are they putting their money in real estate? For every single one of them, you would see real estate is a huge part of their portfolio. Yes, it's a huge part of their portfolio. That's why, even with tax benefit, welcoming King Weezy, Ashi, Iceland, and thank you all for tapping out the live. Welcome, hey Stephanie, how are you? So good to have every one of you today. Mel, thank you so much for tapping out that. Let's keep tapping out the live. And for everyone that is new here, if you've been sitting for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we are in a 21 days of money reset, and today is day 10. So we've talked about how to pay off your debt. We've talked about how to understand your net worth. We've talked about so many things, how to increase your income. So if you missed it, you will find it on the page. So make sure you click on the follow button and join the $1,000,000 League. These are part of things that we teach here. As a matter of fact, we've done the Wealth Building Academy for free. We've done how to buy real estate for free. In 90 days, we've also done investing smartly, whereby you don't lose your money in the stock market, but at the same time, you are not leaving your money in the savings account, because in the savings account, you're losing your money to inflation. Inflation is at 4.2%. 4.2%. It means that for every dollar you're losing for every $100 you are losing $4 to 20 cents. That's what you're losing. But guess what? Your bank is giving you 0.01. So like my friend Mel, even though the interest is 3.5, it sounds good, but you are still losing about almost $1. That's what you are losing on your money seated in that bank. Okay, Mel? So that's why all that you put in that bank, in your IU savings account, is just your emergency fund. Because why? It is for the purpose of liquidity and for emergency purposes, but still growing something. So if you leave your money in the bank, it's not growing, but at the same time you are losing money to inflation. So not investing at all. A lot of times I tell people, always say, oh, you know what, I don't want to invest, I don't want to buy asset, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Because I don't want to lose my money in the stock market. Is risky. But guess what? You're losing your money anyways. I hope you know that. You are losing. It is guaranteed. 4.2% as of 2 months ago, a month ago, it was at 3.3%. But now it's at 4.2%. It means that for every money, and if you don't understand how inflation works, right? If you want me to talk about how inflation works, put 1. I know inflation, how it works, put 1. I don't know how inflation works, put 0. Inflation, how it works, I know, put 1. I don't know how it works, put 0. And I can talk about the Royal Mails, Mayalistic, Stephanie, User, Healing with Diane, Suki, Darlington, Auto Specially, Hendrik 1. Yeah, I know. Okay, you don't know I work. That's great. That's great. And I guess that there's a lot of people that don't. Any other person puts 0. I don't know how it works. Put 0. Or you don't know what I mean by that. Sapring, welcome in. Sioma, welcome in. Victor Monday, PY, welcome in. You know what inflation is, how it works. Put 1. I don't know. Put 0. Right? 0. Healing with Dane, welcome in. Awesome. Yeah, make sure you all click that follow button, and make sure you also get your daily at me if you haven't got that. Tap out the live as well, because that's the only language that the algorithm understands. So let's quickly talk about inflation. I say inflation, and you can go on Google. It's not me. Go on Google and check what is the inflation rate as of today. Inflation simply means the rate at which the value of money, or the value of money, or the purchasing power of money reduces over time. So it means that it's layman English, right? Because you want to say, okay, Dr. Lina, speak English. Now, in layman English, it simply means that if you went to a Walmart last year and you took $100 to Walmart, what you were able to get with your $100 last year, right? This year, it would have reduced by 4.2%. Okay, so it means that your purchasing power is has reduced by this percentage. So the value of your dollar has reduced because money is nothing, right? Money is just paper. It's what you can do with that money. That's what shows the value of the money. So the value that you can get from your dollar every single year, this year it has reduced or is reducing by 4.2%. Does that make sense? 4 point, you understand, put one. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Right? Yeah. Is Marcus a credit? Yeah, Marcus, is that not Goldman Sachs? I thought Marcus is Goldman Sachs. Or is it Barclays or Goldman Sachs? Yeah, that's it. It's Goldman Sachs. Yes, absolutely. Just look at the review. Yeah. So, um, yeah, it's credible. I mean, it's Goldman Sachs. It's one of the leading investment brokerages. So yeah, but read the reviews and all of that. Make sure it is FDIC insured. I think that's even more important than any other thing. Okay, yeah, thank you. So Tammy. So the question, I hope we understand. Put one, I understand inflation, how it works. Now, Mel, do you understand it now? How inflation works? And let's keep tapping out the live. Okay. Yes, I saw that. Okay. Yeah. Uh, okay. Now you understand exactly. So it means that that money that is left in the bank, that you leave in the bank, it's losing, it's guaranteed. This one is, in the stock market, you can still lose or win, right? This one is a guaranteed loss. So whenever you leave your money in the bank, it's a guaranteed loss of today. As of today, it's 4.2%. I don't even know. I'm not saying today. As of the last time that I checked, as of today, it might have already been 5%. I don't know. But it's published. It's data that is available for everybody. It's not hidden. So go just check it. What is the inflation rate? What's inflation rate as of today? All right. So we haven't understood that. So it means that if you leave your money in the bank, you're losing out. That's basically what it means. The only thing is that it means that for you not to lose your money, you have to put it in the form of investment vehicle. So that's one. The other thing is that it also has to grow. For you to build wealth, the money has to grow. So I'm saving, two people are saving money. We started work on the same day. We are diligently saving the same amount of money, 20% of our income, 30% of our income. And thank you all. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out the live. That's the only language the algorithm understands. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Let's share out the live as well. Sharing is also showing that you care for others. So press my forehead on the screen and power share, right? Can we all power share? And just check as well. If you found value and you've been here, make sure you click on the follow button and join the community of millionaires. If your goal is to become a millionaire, then you want to join here, because I guess maybe you never thought of inflation. Inflation is eating your money before. You never thought healing and dance. See? Yeah, you should just also click on the follow button. Thank you for tapping on the live, and for everyone that is here, make sure you click on that follow button, because I tell you, it's in the little things. Some people feel that people do not understand that, it's on all those. We talked about debt payoff. We talked about, how that your debt is at 20%, and then you are investing is giving you 15%. You are losing money. You are leaving your money in the bank, right? You are losing money. Rule of 72 just tells us, even at 3.5% higher savings account, Mel just showed us she is getting 3.5%. Guess what? Her money is going to take her 20 years and 5 months. I did not do the calculation. She gave us the result. 20 years, and I know, Mel, you're already thinking about what to do with your money now, right? 20 years is what is going to take you to double your money, but just change a little. Take some of that money, put it in an emergency fund, still leave it there, and take some others and put it in an S&P 500. That's returned 14 to 15% in the past 10 years, and you will see the difference. But then what if I tell you there's even something that is better than ETF? Real estate is another one, right? Because you have 6 paychecks. Then what if I now tell you there's something better than that? That's why we're talking about today, because everybody always hear me to say, I always say, oh, it's real estate. They call me the real estate, the real estate lady, the ETFs lady, right? That's what you all call me. But then what if I tell you there's even something that is better than that? So welcome to the 21 days money reset. This is day 10, and we are talking about assets, because number one thing, for you to gain financial freedom, you need to, guess what? You need to have you need to have assets. You need to invest, because if your income stops whenever you stop working, that's not financial freedom. You're just trading time for money. That's what it means. It just means that you're on paycheck to paycheck. So for you to gain financial freedom, think about it. The work that you have done, this is 2:04 Central Time. If you started a shift of 8 a.m., it means that you have traded 6 hours of your time and somebody is going to pay you for that. Right? That's what is going to happen. Right? That is not financial freedom. While I'm not saying that, Movie Sale, welcome in. Right? Thank you all for tapping out the live, sharing out the live. Get your daily at me as well. And also look at the gift gallery and gift if where convenient as well. So basically, think about it. You have traded your time for money. But if that's 6 hours, just imagine the 6 hours that you have worked today. You are still making that money, right? Thank you so much. You're still making that money, but you're on one island and you're enjoying yourself sipping coconut water. I say this every time because it's my favorite thing to do. I like water, right? I like to travel. I love, I've been to 22 countries and I love to travel. My goal is to travel the world. So, and you might be wondering, what is my why? Why do I talk about financial freedom? That is my why, right? That's my why right there. I cannot be stuck on one, of course I work hard and all of that, but then how do I still achieve this goal? Achieve the goal of making money, pay my bills, but at the same time, I'm on the island still sipping this coconut water, understanding that I only have maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks or whatever, 8 weeks for my job, right? That's all that. Is that enough to travel the world? No. And I do not want to do it at 65. So that's why I am looking for a way where I can still get that income and then at the same time live the both worlds, be enjoying my life and at the same time still have that income, right? That is what is called financial freedom. 6 hours of this time that you have worked, imagine that money still coming in, right? But then you are on a private island or you're one island sipping coconut water, Bahamas or whatever, Bora Bora, right? Enjoying yourself. That's the imagination that I want us to paint. It's not, and this is not about being a medical doctor, any 300,000, 400,000. It's not about that, because you're still trading your time for money as well. So how then do you achieve this? It is something called asset. It is something called cash flow. So think about it's like this. It's a flow, income, then delayed gratification, then put it towards asset, right? Put some towards asset. Then that asset is going to give you something called cash flow. That cash flow is what is going to give you financial freedom. So if your goal is to have financial freedom, then make sure you click on the follow button, join the 21 days of money reset. And of course, make sure you also follow the steps that we talk about here, right? Not just click follow button, but make sure you're also listening and you follow those principles that we talk about here. So let's keep tapping out the live. Let's get it to 5,000, right? So today's challenge, why are we even talking about assets today? And what are the different types of assets that we're talking about today? We're talking about ETF. We're talking about real estate. We talk about businesses. Why these three? Why this? I call it a trail. Why these three that do I talk about? Because that is the millionaire's wealth blueprint. And how do I know? Just go on Google. Where does the multi-millionaire put their money? And you will see it right there. That three. Number 1, 2, 3. And then you see number 4, which are all the things that you might not know about. So maybe like things like antique. If you know about antique, I don't know about it. Some people, another one is, artwork. All right. I don't know about it. But the ones that I know is what I go with. Number 1, 2, 3, before I now go to all other ones, maybe when I turn 65, or maybe when I'm, I have tens of millions of dollars, right? So, but today, and that's why today's challenge is to buy an asset. I hope I've been able to convince you that you need to buy an asset. You want to grow your wealth, you need to buy an asset, because most people, and whenever we talk about asset, that it's, yes, you lean forward to the stock market, we lean forward to the ETFs, we lean forward to the real estate, right? but there's even an asset that is greater than that. But let me talk about ETF. Who knows about ETF? I know ETF one, or if you want me to talk about ETF, put one. I already know, put zero. I know, I want to know about ETF. I don't know about it, so I want to know about it. Dr. Lina, talk about ETF. Put one. I don't want to, I don't really care about it. Put zero. All right, and let's keep tapping out the live. Let's share. Thank you all for tapping out the live, sharing out the live. If you want to know, if you want me to talk about ETF, because we can be talking about this ETF and some people don't know what it is. Brownie, welcome in. Welcome in. Mel Shop, the Event Royal, Tammy, Maya Listed, Darlington, Zuki, User G's. Yeah, if you want me to talk about ETF, put one, because you don't know about it. If you are not interested at all, or you already know what it is, put zero. Put zero. And I hope that you know that as part of when we talk about return on investment, you know that TikTok actually rewards you. Okay, TikTok rewards you when you comment. TikTok rewards you when you tap out the live. It doesn't cost you anything except your fingers and you typing out. And it also shows that, okay, you're also, we're adding value, we're communicating. So I'm not the only one on this side. So it tells TikTok that we do not have BOT here, that you are not a BOT, right? You're not a BOT, that they are real humans, right? So let's cultivate the habit of, tapping out the live, sharing out the live, commenting and all of that. It just helps, right? It just helps to tell the algorithm that these people, they're real human. I joined only to wish you good evening. Thank you so much, Bader. So good to have you in here. And thank you for tapping out the live. So, Mel, do you want me to talk about ETF or you already know? Because you said zero. One is you don't one, I already know about ETF. Zero, you want me to talk you don't know about ETF, so that's what that is. All right. So I want to believe that Mel wants us to talk about it, and I really appreciate everyone tapping out. Like, can we get it to 5,000? Can we get it to 5,000 taps? And we'll talk about ETF, then we'll talk about real estate, and then we'll talk about that or the four assets I believe everyone should own. The four assets that I believe everyone should own. Then I'll tell you the one that has given me the best return on investment. The four assets that everyone should own, and the one that has returned the highest, giving me the best return on investment. Thank you all for tapping out the live, sharing out the live. Let's get it to 5,000 taps. Let's power tap. Let's power tap. Thank you all for tapping, and of course, thank you all for being here. And make sure you also click on the follow button if you haven't done that, and join the $1 Million League and join our 21 days of money reset. Today is about assets, ETF, real estate. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. So if your goal is to get to that $1 million status, then you want to click on the follow button. If you're just meeting me, the house, okay, you want me house, real estate, okay. All right, so we're talking about houses, real estate. We're going to be talking about that. That's definitely part of what we're going to be talking about today. Oluwadamere, welcome in, and everyone, let's get it to 5,000 taps, and we're going to be talking about the four assets I believe everyone should own, and I will tell you which one has given me the highest return on investment. And you'll be so surprised that it is not the ETF, it is not the real estate, it is something totally different, right? And thank you all for tapping out the live. Let's get it to 5,000. Let's get to 5,000. My goal keeps moving me forward. All right. Thank you all for Joro John. Thank you so much for tapping out the live, and everyone that is here tapping out the live. Let's get it to 5,000, and then we'll be on our way to 10,000. We'll be talking about the four assets that I believe everyone should have, right? And then I would also now tell you the one that has given me because I own all of the four, right? But the one that has given me the highest return on investment. So if you want to know the four assets that everyone should know, put one. I want to know the four assets that everyone should know. And we'll definitely talk about ETF. I know Mel wanted to talk about, we'll talk about the property as well, right? We'll talk about that as well. The four assets everyone should own. Put one, I want to know. I want to know, put one, right? Engage, guys. Engage, put one. Thank you. We got to 5,000 tap. Mayalistic, welcome in, right? I want to know the four assets. Thank you so much. Yes, one. Mayalistic wants to know. Who else wants to know the four assets I believe everyone should own? Because asset is what is going to give you the financial freedom. Assets build wealth. Your income is just your income pays bills. Assets build wealth. Thank you. Yeah. Who wants to know the four? You guys don't want to know? Yeah, maybe we can end the live. Comfort, thank you for sharing the live for the signs and wonders. Maybe we need to, because the next 15 minutes, I'm going to be talking about the four assets that you should have, that is life-changing, that you must have. If you want to know, put one in the comment. One, I want to know. I want to know the four assets I believe everyone should have. Mayalistic said one. Who else again? Males, the vet royal. Yeah. Okay. Put one. I want to know. All right. Okay. The vet royal wants to know. Who else again wants to know? Yeah, I just want to make sure that we are actually engaging. G, Suki, Darlington, Comfort, Chinedu, Coffee, Patricia, Claudia, welcome in. Yeah, you want to know the four assets that everyone should know. Put one in the comment section. Thank you for sharing out the live. Thank you for sharing out the live and inviting your friends over. All right, I guess I will take the two. And people don't want to respond today, but when you engage and when you comment, let's be in the habit of engaging and commenting and tapping out the light, sharing out the light, because that is a form of way that it's also you're going to be getting some reward, right? Some reward right up there. You would see some points for you, right? There's point for you when you comment, when you engage, when you do your daily at me, and all of those, you would see that you're getting some point. Thank you all for doing that. Really, really, really. For everyone that has clicked the follow button, or you're part of this community, just ensure that you do that whenever it just makes it more fun, right? It makes it more interesting and engaging. It's not going to be one way, it's going to be two-way communication. So the first thing first is, I'll talk about ETF, right? I'll talk about investments. That's asset number one, investment. Thank you so much for the gift, for the roses, Claudia. I asked 7.5 billion. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Welcome in, everyone. So the first asset, right? The first asset that we're going to talk about, Mel, the Vet Royal, Mayalistic, G's, Claudia, Suzuki. The first one that we're going to be talking about is investments, right? And this is investing in the stock market. Number one, a form of investment in the stock market would be buying individual stocks. The second kind of investment in the stock market will be ETF or index funds. What is the difference? The difference between the two, between individual stocks and ETF or index funds, is that you're buying one stock versus multiple stocks in one. So when you make a singular purchase, you are making a purchase of multiple stocks whenever you make a singular transaction. So one stock versus multiple stocks. So you can buy like the top 500 company, like an S&P 500. It's pretty popular. Top 500 company in the United States, right? And with your $100, with your $1, with your $10 or whatever, you can buy it. Or you can decide to buy an individual stock maybe you decide to buy an Amazon stock, right? You buy just an Amazon stock and that's it. Or you buy a whole basket of stock, right, with the same money. And the next question is, but why should I buy basket of fund versus individual stocks? The reason is that the individual stock, the risk is higher with an individual stock. If anything goes wrong, with an individual stock, you could lose 100% of your money. That's why what we teach here is we teach the smart investing way, which is you spread your risk, right? Remember, if you leave your money in the bank, your money is going to be losing value to inflation. But at the same time, if you leave your money, if you put your money in the stock market in individual stocks, you also lose the money when the stock goes down. So ETF helps you to edge against that risk or reduce your risk, because if you buy like an S&P 500, you have maybe like a company like Amazon, which is one of the companies in an S&P 500, such that if Amazon goes down for so whatsoever reason, you still have 499 companies like Exxon. You still have some of the bank stocks. You still have companies like Nvidia, which is AI. You still have all those chips in there that holds your portfolio. So it helps you to diversify your risk versus individual stock where the risk is higher. Okay. So, and you can also buy maybe like a NASDAQ 100, the top 100 companies. That's the other thing. So that's it. So, and you can buy it in your individual brokerage account, right? Individual brokerage account, you can actually put it in a Roth IRA as well. Roth IRA is a tax advantage account, and these are accounts that you can open, right? A Roth IRA is a tax advantage account that you put your money towards retirement, and at retirement it is tax free because it's taxed at the source. Just to bring it to perspective, if you put 100,000 and it grows to 1 million, and yes, it does go with 1 to 1 million with compounding interest, what you realize is that your money grows, right? And then it grows tax free. You get all your money back at retirement. You're not paying capital gain taxes on it. But then the other account that you can also open is the brokerage account. With the brokerage account, you're not paying any single tax. I mean, you're going to be paying taxes on that because it's not a tax advantaged account, right? So that is the difference between the two. But the thing about it is that brokerage account is less controlled, is less regimented. You can take your money at any time. Roth IRA is for your retirement, and then you can only take the money when you turn 59 and a half. Okay, so think about that. And so that's asset number one. Asset number two, on the other hand, is real estate. Real estate is one of the most beautiful things that can help you build wealth, because it built wealth for me, right? Because how do I explain it? That you buy a property 180,000, and in 3 years it's almost 300,000, and of course you've almost gotten maybe like 100,000 back, right, from the tenants renting your property, right? So that's a benefit of real estate. So real estate will give you equity. Real estate will give you cash flow. Real estate will give you, you'll be able to use tax benefits from the government. You'll be able to also use appreciation. Real estate appreciates in value over time. Real estate appreciates in value over time. And then you use other people's money. That's a beautiful part of it, because guess what? You put a down payment on a property. What happens? Who pays that mortgage? It is the tenant that's in there. The other part of it is that the taxes, like, you get a lot of tax deduction. You see the property taxes, the insurance, all of those kind of things. You can claim it to reduce your W-2. If you make decent income, you reduce how much you pay in taxes. Some of us pay as high as 50,000, 70,000 after we have filed, whenever we are filing taxes. And let me get a charger. Whenever we are filing taxes every year, a friend of mine was paying, she paid 70,000. Also a client, she turned my client, after a conversation, 70,000, then 60,000, 130,000, yes, 60,000 year two, she paid 70,000, and then the next year she said, hell no, because this year I'm even going to make more money. And yes, people make that much. True, welcome in. How are you? True? So good to have you. Mola, welcome in. So but 130,000 was what she paid. What she paid for 2 years, but then she invested in real estate, made more money that year, than the 2 years. But guess what? You paid less than $10,000 the year three. That is what real estate does for you. So that if you have been paying, yeah, it's so good to have you. Yeah. If you have been paying so much in taxes, right? You want to have real estate in part of as part of what you are doing. You want to have real estate. It's not even a joke, right? So that's the other thing. So tax advantages is another thing. The use of other people's money. You're using the bank's money to buy the property. You're using the tenant's money to pay off, and then who owns the property? That's you. Then the last thing is leverage, which is a lot of time people argue about ETF or real estate. Which one should I buy? I always say buy the two, right? Diversification, because I have the two. I'm not saying these or that. No, 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 no. We diversify. We use the ETFs to build the capital. Then we have the capital, we buy real estate. And that's how you build wealth. So but one thing that stands out, right, is when it comes to leverage. Let's say you have 10,000. If you put 10,000 in ETF using rule of 72, S&P 500, your money is going to double in about 5 years, right? It becomes 20,000. But if you take that same 10,000, you can be able to buy a property using an FHA loan. You can be able to buy a property of $200,000 at 3%, with closing costs and all of that. A property of 200,000, because 10%, 3% is about 7,000 or thereabout. Then closing costs. That's it. So you can buy a property. Now, whenever you buy a property, the growth, the appreciation, all of the other benefit we're talking about is going to be on 200,000, not on $10,000. That's the difference. With ETF, it's going to grow on 100,000. With real estate, it's going to grow on 200,000, right? And so that is the benefit that's the difference between real estate and ETF, right? But guess what? You should have both. So we're talking about the highest different asset, right? You need to buy asset. As a matter of fact, I will sound like a broken record. I know I've sounded like a broken record at this point. You need to have asset. If you don't have asset, you're going to have to continue to work till 65. And even at 65, I told you of a story that I saw on Instagram of a man being in the military, was in the military for 10 years, worked in the postal services for 30 years. You can go and search it yourself. It went really viral. And 29 years, 9 years in military, 29 years in the postal services. And guess what? He retired in December, right? Because he's over 60 now. He retired in December. Guess what? Since December, all that he has gotten is $400 since December. So if you leave your life your future in the hands of somebody else, they will treat it whichever way they like, because his rent is $1,600. How does it deal with $400 since December? This is 6 months after, right? So that's why you need to have assets. And I mean, I'm also of the opinion, if you want to become work optional, you don't have to wait till age 65 to retire, right? And whenever I say retiring doesn't mean that you quit your work, but become work optional. Work because you want to work, not because you have to pay bills. They're two different things. And let's keep tapping out the life. I know we are all locked in. Everyone, welcome in. And if you have been sitting there for more than a minute or two, click on the follow button. These are one of the few strategies that we share here. Building a community of millionaires. If your goal is to get to that $1 million status, make sure you click on the follow button and also join the 21 days of Money Reset. Money Reset. It's the media challenge that we have to take us every day is a day to take us a step further in our financial freedom journey, or a step further in having clarity on our finances. So make sure you click on that follow button. If you've been sitting here for maybe 2 minutes, it means that there's something you want to learn or change about your finances. That's why you are glued, because you could have done scroll, but you haven't. So make sure you click on that follow button, and and so that you can join the community of millionaires. You might be the first millionaire in your family, right? Or you're already a millionaire, then you want to scale to becoming a multi-millionaire, then you're in the right place. These are some of the strategies that we use here. This is not get rich quick scheme. As a matter of fact, this is delayed gratification, not instant gratification. It's for you to build generational wealth. So you want structure, you want something that is lasting for you and for your children yet, but you want to gain financial freedom. We want to stop trading your time for money. Make sure you click on the follow button and join the community of millionaires, and also make sure you join ensure you join the challenge that is going on right now. And thank you all for tapping out the live, sharing out the live as well. So businesses, the other thing that you also wanted, the third thing, we talked about real estate, right? We're talking about the 4 assets that you need to have. 4 assets you need to have. The last one that I'm going to be talking, the third one I'm going to be talking about is businesses. Businesses, you need to have, once you start building your, start with ETF, right? Okay, whatever, I can't speak. Translates to real estate. Then from real estate, diversify into businesses, and that is how you build wealth. You build generational wealth. All those laundromats, who says yes, you like McDonald's fries, but who says that the McDonald's you cannot buy it? Who says? Because once you build wealth through other sources, because your money is growing through, either you put it in ETF or you grow it into real estate, you get to a certain point that you start having so much, and then you think about, things like laundromat, think about vending machine. It could be, plumbing, whatever, business, pest control businesses. Those are different businesses that you can do. And guess what? Why is this also on our list? The reason why this is on our list is because that is part of the multi-millionaires wealth blueprint, the multi-millionaire wealth blueprint. So if your goal is to become a millionaire, then you want to do that absolutely. So businesses is the other thing that you can also add. You can also add things like digital product, intellectual property, something that can generate anything that generates money. Unstoppable, just click on the follow button. Kofi King also just click join the $1 Million League. Congratulations to both of you, because you are unstoppable and you are a king. Obviously, yes, you're a king, and you're going to change. You are not stoppable to become that, to get to that $1 million status, because there's a reason. Yeah, make sure you also get your daily at me as well. It costs you 1 penny, but definitely you're going to get 30 points, right? I know TikTok always finds a way to reward all of us. And for my YouTube community as well, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Welcome in and join the $1 Million League. Even if it's not for anything, you came at the right time. We are on day 10 of the 21 days money reset. We started since the 8th and we are ending it on the 28th of a month. So make sure you do not miss any of the days. If you miss any of for the days you miss, you will find it on the page and just replicate it. You'll be so surprised how to increase your income, understanding your net worth, how to pay off your credit cards, avalanche method, snowball method. All of those kind of things are things that we teach, right? Things that, as a matter of fact, this is the gap within the school curriculum, right? That I always say that they had a selective amnesia, right? For them to remove wealth, how to build wealth. They taught you how to get income, but not how to build wealth, right? How to get income, not how to build wealth, because they're two different things and two different wealth blueprints, right? So if your goal is to build wealth, then make sure you click on that follow button and join this community and get your daily at me as well, and join the $1 Million League, right? So having said that, and let's keep tapping out the light. Thank you all for tapping out the light. Let's get it to 10,000. I know that we can all do that. Let's get it to 10,000. And we're talking about, today it's all about assets, right? And I'm talking about the best asset that gives the highest return on investment, right? We're talking about at least the 4 assets that you must have. The 4 assets you must have. 4 assets if you need to gain financial freedom. We've talked about ETF or stocks, right? As a matter of fact, I lean towards ETF. If you want my choices, ETF index fund, because it helps you to reduce your risk. It helps to diversify your portfolio, right? Then we talked about real estate, right? Single family or multi-unit, right? All of that, those are the things that we talk, that's other kind of asset. Then now the businesses, right? Once you trust me, even if you have those three, you're on your way, you're already building generational wealth. And I tell you, within this community, that's what we're doing. That's it. If we talk about getting to that $1 million status, $1 million status in 10 years, right? That is part of our blueprint. So don't ever say that, oh, it's not possible. Yeah, it's you that need to change your mindset, because it's already working, right? And if you want to learn everything about it, make sure you click on that follow button and follow the principle, be coachable, and learn this principle. Tammy says, I think your Capital One link you shared with me is checking not it. Oh, it's not. Has 300 bonus, as $300 bonus. Yes, it does have $300 bonus. But I'll check, Tammy. Yeah, I'll check. But you said it has $300 bonus. Yeah, take your $300 bonus. The other day, Andrew took one of the people here got $400 bonus from got $400 bonus from what's it called? From SoFi. So you might also want to check SoFi. Remember, I don't have any preference, right? I don't have any preference, but definitely I'll check it. But you can as well just check that. I think I'll take $300 for free. I'll take for free $300, right? But I know that the AI savings account, they get something as well. Okay. Okay, Tammy. Does that answer your question? Let me know. Does that answer your question? You might even just do SoFi, because Andrew just somebody, I'm sure he's going to join soon. Somebody here got $400. Moscow, congratulations joining the $1 million league. And if you're wondering what Tammy is saying, right? HYSA bonus. I opened it, but it says 360 check-in. So I think you would also get a $300, right? But let me check for the high yield savings account, right? Let me check for the high yield savings account. Let me check for that, because you also get you should get a bonus for opening the they will tell you everything about what you need to know about you opening the account. So really, as part of the things that we do here, right, we start with your income. I'm confused. I think it opened a checking account for me instead. Maybe it's the checking account, I don't know, but you would still get a bonus for opening the checking account, and I think it will tell you some things. But I would also look for the IU savings account link as well. Yeah, I'll look for that. But otherwise, you can open an IU savings account with SoFi. I think that one gives you $400 and get $300 from here. 400, that's $700, right? Yeah, but I would also check it. But thank you for bringing it to my attention. So what we're talking about, one of the things that we do here is when you get your income, you need to have your IOs. You need to have your emergency fund. Start with 1 month, increase it to 3 to 6 months. Yeah, you mean I can open both? Yes, you can open both. You can open an IU savings account and open a checking account, just like your savings account, and spread my money. Yeah, well, the checking account, you're not going to be putting anything there, really. Remember we talked about the 4-account system, right? We talked about 4-account system. Checking account is just a distribution center. Emergency fund goes to your IU savings account. You're not spreading emergency fund, then you're opening your investment account, right? I hope that answers that question, right? So checking account, at the end of the day, maybe your paycheck just goes in there just so you can get the bonus. After that, once the money goes in there, make sure you transfer the one for emergency fund, and then you have your investment account where you are going to be investing, right? Majorly, the two that is most important is your investment account, and IU savings account. With Capital One and so far. Yes, exactly. Yeah. I'll take anything free, right? They always take money from credit card when you don't, that's how you beat them to the game. That's how you beat them to the game. So, but do your research and just, I know that so far, because Andrew said he got $400 in bonus. they might require you to do certain things, maybe tell you to put your um they might tell you to put your paycheck, right? You have an what direct deposit. They might ask you to have a direct deposit, but you know that your direct deposit, you can split it up to two or three. You can just send part of it to the account, get your $400, and make sure you invest the $400. Okay? Does that answer your question, Tammy? Yes, you can get the both bonuses. Yeah. And let's keep tapping out the light. So for anyone that is here, so gotcha. Okay, perfect. Yeah. And once you get that money, make sure you pay your tithes to me. I'm just kidding. Yeah. But but it feels good when I see people executing this and they're getting all this free money. But if you're wondering what are we talking about, to get that free, it's you opening your account, your iYouth savings account. I keep saying you don't have any reason with a Bank of America giving you 0.01%. You don't have any business with a Chase, or if they cannot give you anything less than 3%, anything less than 3%, you don't have any business with any bank that cannot give you 3% or more on top of your money, because you are losing your money to inflation at 4.2%. So this is what this is all about. So the minimum, I don't want to put my money in the stock market. At least put your money in the, and that's Andrew. Andrew, welcome in. I'm just talking about you getting SoFi at SoFi. You got a bonus of $400,000. I reached 400,000. Yeah, the bonus of 400. Yeah, put it in the comments. Welcome in, Andrew. Yeah, I was just talking about what you got from, and if you can also put what you did, that would also be great. So you don't have any business, and we'll take another day where we're going to talk about iYouth savings account, but let me quickly talk about it. The minimum you can do is put it in a bank that is going to give you at least 3 to 5%. Capital One is one. That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome, right? Yeah, but if you care to share, whatever you did, and what if someone was just asking about it, that would, yes, okay. Yeah. From SoFi, right? If whatever they required from you, maybe you have to put a direct deposit or whatever. Yeah, I was just talking about it because Tammy was just asking that she got 300 from Capital One. So if you are here, right, and you're seated here, if you still have money in any bank that is giving you less than 3%, there's nothing, it doesn't cost you anything. Just move your money and go and open your account. Just go online, top iYouth savings account in top iYouth savings account in May. This is June, right? June 2026, and that's it, right? And that's it. So just do that. At least, even if you don't do any other thing, that you met me today and you click on the follow button, you are getting 300,000. You get 300,000. You get 400. I mean, you're getting $300. You're getting $400, right? All you have to do is just go and open those accounts, transfer your money there, and of course, get it. And that's free money for you. Okay, Andrew, you wanted to say something?
No, I just wanted to use the opportunity to share it live.
Okay.
For it's just to put it. You do a deposit, your normal deposit.
Your direct deposit.
Your direct deposit, yeah. You just connect it with it, and it's either, if it all depends. They have a way to make, like me, I use Workday, which is connected to the government, whatever. So if you provide your details there, then they will initiate it, or you can get your whatever account from where you work, then provide it through that setup. So when you do that, and that they see that within that 1 month, they'll give you the bonus.
Okay. Yeah. So all right. So, and that's it. It's easy, right? That's SoFi, right? So I just wanted to, because at the minimum, you can put your money in that one. You can do that today, right? You can do that today. And then you come back and tell me, just the same way Andrew is saying it right now, right? Come back and tell me, right, that, oh, you did this and you got, but Andrew, that $400, we are putting it in what, right? Where are we putting the $400? Confirm before we fight.
in your brokerage. Sorry, your brokerage or your emergency fund to make your emergency fund available when you need it. Yeah, it says your emergency fund. I didn't know before.
Amazing. That's it. That's how it's done. Now I'm a proud. Okay, Tammy, you have a question. How are you, Tammy?
Dr. Lina,
How are you?
nice to finally speak with you.
Same here.
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. So good to have you.
Same here, man. So I used the link that you shared with me for your Capital One, and I don't know. I saw 360, and I just assumed that I was looking at the 360 performance savings. I thought it was that. So when I was done, I just saw that they said I had completed opening my 360 checking account, and I was wondering, checking what? I wasn't opening a checking account. So it was at that I realized you probably made a mistake sending me a link to your checking and not your IED savings account, whatever. So I wanted to confirm these bonuses that you said that we would get, are we getting them because somebody referred us, or we can just open it outrightly and get those bonuses?
You can open it outrightly and get the bonuses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, you can open it outrightly and you still get your bonus. And for each of them, someone also asked about Marcos earlier, which is
That was me as well.
okay. You asked about Marcos.
I was going to deposit my money there yesterday, and then I sent you a message, but it looks like you didn't see it, so I waited
Oh,
till
I'm
you came
sorry.
live again. Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
I wasn't. But anyway, I checked their reviews, and it wasn't encouraging. I think there were some comments about it's not easy to get your money out and whatnot. So I figured, you know what, let me just go with Capital One. So I read about Capital One, and it looks
good.
not bad. Yeah,
Yes.
it looks good. Like no issues with withdrawal and whatnot.
Okay. So
Have you had issues with
no.
withdrawal?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, there's so many of them. And for anyone that is, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I also saw something about somebody saying that they reduce their percentage by 0.01 per month. I don't know, is that correct?
Honestly, I don't know. Because it has to be the data for if you go online, and let me show you because I'm doing that right now. And for everyone that is asking, just go online and just type top high yield savings account in June 20 let's see top, that's it, top high yield savings account in June 2026, and it's going to tell you exactly which one, right? So you see them, he has a rating, and it will tell you all of the different requirements as well, right? It would tell you all the different requirements as well. So there's E-Trade, there's Synchrony, there's CIT, there's so many of them, and you just look at the reviews, and then they will tell you what exactly you can. Like the Amex is giving 3 point. Yes, they reduced it to 3%. Yes, I can see it right now. So Amex is doing 3.1%. Capital One is doing 3%. So they reduced it definitely. E-Trade is doing 4%, but you need to look at the review and what exactly they need. Synchrony, so there are different types. Many of them there. Just read the review. One thing that is most important though is make sure that whatever you're doing is FDIC insured. Hey Christ, how are you? Whatever is, if FDIC insured, it means that your money is protected in a situation when the bank goes down or whatever. So that's the most important thing, right? Other than that, I think if you just look at their review, that's the only thing that really matters.
How about Wealthfront?
I don't know. I mean, just basically, just look at their reviews. What I just go online. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Because I've had somebody mention that to me sometime last year, but after speaking with you, joining your lives and all of that, and then you had to tell us that we have to ensure that whatever we are picking is FDIC insured. I then saw that Wealthfront is not FDIC insured. It's not like a bank, but so I wanted to confirm with you if
I cannot. The one that I know that I talk about Capital One, I talk about so far, but just check. And that's why I always say that I always teach you to fish, right? Not to give you fish. Such that you see, you were able to identify that yourself because there's so much that I know, right? Until I would also do the same research. But because I've told you that is it FDIC? Make sure it's FDIC insured.
Yeah.
You went to check that, and that's probably your saving grace. But if I'd only mentioned, oh, do this one or go and do this one, you'd realize that you will miss it. And that's why whenever I talk about ETF as well, right, I can say, oh, S&P 500, but or maybe a handful, but there's so many other ones that I don't talk about because I teach you to, like, if you understand the way I think or you understand the criteria behind each of my choices, then when I'm not there or when there's another coach is not there, you will be able to still take an informed decision about you still make the right decision, basically. You understand what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
But if they are not FDIC insured, that you don't have any business with them.
Thank you.
Yes, you don't have them. But I am glad. I am glad. Yeah, let me know where you get your $300 and we know what we are doing with the money. And the $400, you know what you're doing with the money, right? What are we doing with the money, Tammy?
Yes, we're putting it back in. Yeah.
Back in here, in your investment, we're going to grow it. And for everyone that is just joining, that's what
HYSA.
we
Put it back in my HYSA.
Ideally, if you have not built your emergency fund, you put it back to increase your emergency fund to 3 to 6 months, right? Start with 1 month and increase it to 3 to 6 months. Other than that, what you're doing is you are putting it in your brokerage account, right? You put it in your brokerage account, your Roth IRA, your brokerage account, and you're growing it there, right? Because now we're still talking about 3 to 5%. What is even better? 15% is better, right? 10% is better, right? So that's where you put it. If you've already gotten you've taken care of your emergency fund, okay?
Emergency fund is brokerage.
That's your IU savings account.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly.
Yeah. Sorry. So I have another question. With direct deposit that goes into these two HYSAs, is it any amount directly from my employer?
Any amount, or just check the requirement on the wherever you are opening. Just check the requirement. The requirement right there is going to help you. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope that answers your question. And for everyone that's just joining, let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you all for tapping out the live, sharing out the live, inviting your friends over. We'll soon be wrapping up this live. We're talking about the 4 assets class that you need to have. And we've talked about 3 of them. The last one is even the best of the best. And with the highest return on investment. So you know, the first one, and these is the $1 Million League. Make sure you click on the follow button. We are on day 10 of the 21 days of money reset. So if your goal is to get to that $1 Million status, right, or get free money like Tammy and Andrew, then make sure you click on that follow button. But whatever they're talking about, all right, part of what we do here is you take your income, you make sure you fund your emergency fund, right? In a case of emergency, you don't go into debt. You make sure that you have your safety net. Then you pay off high interest that is above 10%. If you want to know how to go about the avalanche method, small ball method, look at the challenge for yesterday. We had it yesterday so that it can help you pay off your debt. And then we'll start going to investing. You don't have any business in investing if you haven't taken care of all of this. Awesome. So, and you want to know all of the IU savings account, simply go on Google. You would find it right there. Or send me a DM and we'll see how we can help you with that. Thank you all for tapping out the live. So we'll soon be wrapping up the live. So the last one, which has given me absolutely the best return on investment. I've talked about it, even though it's in plain sight, right? it's not business, it's not real estate. It's not, everybody knows that I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. Everyone knows how passionate I am with ETF, with the rule of 72, doubling my money in 5 years or less. Everybody knows how I talk about how I talk about businesses like buying a McDonald's and buying laundromats and all of those kind of things. Everyone knows how much I talk about. But which one is even better? Which one? It's even better. Like, more than this, it is the same thing. And when they ask this man the same question, this thing, when they ask Warren Buffett is the lord of investing. When they ask them the question, which investment is absolutely the best investment? And I'm going to go on Google, the best investment according to Warren Buffett. Because remember, I told you I follow the wealth blueprint of the multimillionaires. So, come on. All right. So, and I'll read it. It's right here. So, Warren Buffett's best investment approach. That's okay. Let me see if I can turn this so you can see. And I'll read it out. And that's why it is. And I've also confirmed that Warren Buffett is the lord of investors, worth billions of dollars, right? He's 96-year-old. You can read him up and, because I want to achieve something, right? I look at the people in front of me that have achieved it, right? I want to get to that $1 billion status. I don't know if I want to though. But then he said Warren Buffett's best investment is not single stock or company. It is but long-term value-based, rooted in discipline. But the best investment so far is investing in yourself. Thank you so much, Tammy. You got it. Investing in yourself. Not in stocks, it is investing in yourself. I'm glad somebody said it before I even said it. Investing in yourself. Knowledge is power. So my biggest investment so far, not the biggest, the best investment, my biggest investment is real estate. My best investment with the highest return on investment is investing in knowledge. Knowledge. And you'll be wondering how is that even better than yes? I tell you, because there's something why they say knowledge is power. I tell you, whenever I talk about real estate today, whenever I talk about ETFs today, it's because I invested in my knowledge, invested in myself. Real estate, I have built millions of multi-million or through real estate. Why? How much did it cost me? It costed me $1,000 about 14 years ago. $1,000 to, Bible says, buy wisdom and sell it not. Yeah. It's the thing about it is $1,000 was what it cost me to learn about real estate. But guess what? It has built me millions, double-digit real estate portfolio. So it's in the skills, and I will bring it home to you as an individual. Look at this. The job that you're doing today, maybe you're an engineer, you're an HVAC technician, you're a doctor or whatever. Did you not learn a skill that is giving you how much you're paid if you did a good degree, right? Did a good bachelor's, had a good bachelor's. How much you paid, is it anything compared to how much you have how much you have earned in the past 10 years if you're working for 10 years and you're still going to work for another 10 years or whatever. Think about it. Best return on investment. Maybe your tuition was about 100,000, but guess what? How much have you, yes, no comparison. How much have you made today so far? Even if you are just making $100,000 a year, in 10 years, that is 1 million. That is how much in terms of percentage that you have made. Education. I told you about the story of how I got a certification, one certification for $500. And I can tell you so many. Certification for $500. And guess what? Increased my income by $30,000. I even, as at that time, I was just a senior analyst. That was about 16 years ago. And guess what? With that same certification, I never, even my doctorate degree did not increase my income. It only gave me the opportunity to lecture as a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, and deep learning, right? And of course, now teaching information system this fall, right? Additionally. But what am I trying to say? But guess what? $500 did what? Gave me an opportunity, an open door that gave me the opportunity to get 30,000 and go to the position of a vice president of technology. $500. 5 months. $500, 5 months, $30,000. I mean, that's the increment for year one. Now think about it. That's it. Courses. There's so many. I take courses. People train me. I was talking about, how someone taught me how to, how to even set up a store. I would, those are things that somebody has a knowledge, and that person trades that knowledge for you to learn something that is going to take you years or months, or you're afraid of somebody. That is another thing. In my own case, it was a life training. It wasn't a cost. $1,000 what it took me. And guess what? Not 1, not 5, not 10 properties. That's what that real estate training that I got with $1,000. As a matter of fact, $999, 14 years ago, or 15 years ago. That's what it gave me. All right. So coaching, books, right? Books. Can you see books right here? Some of those books, they're $9, $10. Your money or your life. There's so many books. How to buy real estate, all of that. Books. Mentorship. So you are struggling. I hear this a lot. When I ask people, why have you not bought real estate? I am too afraid. I don't want to lose money. Why have you not bought stock? I see people, they schedule one-on-one consultation, and all that they do for the 1 hour is, Dr. Lina, can you help me set up my account, my investment account within this 1 hour? And we get it done. We do the automation and it's done. We have True is here. That has also done our own mentorship. She joined early. I don't know if she's still here, right? She's on a mentorship program. Our own cases, you know what? I want to buy a property and all of that. That's why she did her own mentorship program. Buying a property, she's starting in August, right? So, True is here. See? True, you want to come up? True, come up. I see. True, send an invite. Let me bring you up. I thought she left because the time I know she's very busy. True is on a mentorship program, right? Send an invite, True, so that I can bring you up, right? True is here. She's on a mentorship program, and in the 90 days mentorship program right there. And we just talked about, what was the other day? We talked about SpaceX, right? She's on the side, like, okay, Dr. Lina, whenever you're buying SpaceX, I'm going to buy it. Hey, True, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So good to have you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. And you want to say anything about the mentorship program, or, it's okay if you don't want to say anything. Sorry, I hope it was okay. I used it as an example. I didn't want to call you out.
That's okay. Yeah. I just joined last week. I'm on the process of learning to investing and doing all that stuff. It's a good start. It's a good start for everybody.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, we just worked out. So, everybody is just coming up today. It's just, my account or whatever. So see, she is on a journey of buying, getting her own rental property, as well as some other things that she's also taking care of, right? And, it's just been an amazing journey. So that is mentorship program for you. That's mentorship program for you. So in everything, invest in yourself. The biggest investment I have had so far, because that's what I said, the best asset with the highest return on investment in investing, getting a training, $1,000 training, and of course, being able to turn that into double-digit real estate portfolio. That is, of course, even if each property is 200,000, right? At least no property is less than, at least 200,000. 200,000 times 10, and of course, those are not even the sizes. So it gives you an idea, right? And if only I did not invest in myself, right? So the biggest investment you can have is investing in yourself. Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Oh,
I'm at work.
I know you're at work. Let me mute you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Andrew, did you request? Okay, request back, Andrew, if you want to come up as well. So always think about one thing. What asset can I buy today that could improve my financial future? What asset can I buy today? At least I've given you four. One is real estate. Two is ETF. Three is, of course, in businesses. Four, which is the best of the best, right? And at times it's as cheap as $27. It's as cheap as $10. These books that you have here. And as a matter of fact, if you have not gotten a copy of this book, reach that pub bag. You'll find it in the bag, but at least even if you don't buy it, just go and get a copy. It tells you everything about asset, liability, all of those things. It's right here. It's right here. There's so many other books that you can get. Psychology of Money, The Richest Man in Babylon, Dave Ramsey, Tony Robbins, what's it called? Total Money Makeover. All of those kind of books. Invest in it. So think about what investment can you make in your financial future, and stop hoping that one day I'm going to be financially free. Hoping is not a strategy. I hope we know. You hoping and trusting that, oh, one way or the other, I'm going to become a millionaire. How many people have you seen that was hoping and, okay, were you hoping? Was it hope that got you that degree? You were just hoping that, oh, one day I'm going to be a medical doctor. Oh, one day I'm going to be an engineer, right? Right? It never happened. One thing you did was you went and you applied, and then you started going to classes. You paid your tuition, you started classes, you wrote the exam, you were not. That's it. You have to take action. Whenever it comes to investing, and whenever it comes to I am building wealth, think about it that way. It starts with your mindset, and then take action. You have to take actionable steps. Like True right here, which I did not even plan this. True right here did the same thing. She literally just 3 months, and she said by September or August. Is it August? True. Was it I think August. You have your wealth blueprint. I think it's August. I was trying to unmute her. It wouldn't even, I don't know. Yeah. Is it, I think August, we start the journey of the real estate, how to buy our own real estate. We start the real estate journey with her. So maybe it could be that you're opening an investment account, saving for real estate like True, learning an high income skill. That's another way, right? Because if your income is not, and we did that 2 days ago. That was the challenge for 2 days ago, how to increase your income. Learning an high income skill or investing in financial education, right? That could be another way. right? What investment are you doing out of this four that we're talking about? Which one are you going to start with? Which one are you going to do? And on my YouTube community, good to have you. So good to have you. Make sure you click on the subscribe button right there, and make sure if you've been sitting here for more than a minute, welcome to the $1 Million League. And make sure you click on that follow button so that you don't miss out. And it's so good to have you. I'm happy to be your wealth coach because I teach this and I help people turn their income into real wealth. And that's what we do. That if your goal is to become a millionaire, these four things and some of the and more are part of the strategies that we use here on this platform. Get into the $1 Million status in 10 years or less. 10 years or less is what it takes. So if you are just waiting on the sideline or whatever, but you've been sitting here for more than 1 minute or 2 minutes, then it means that there's something you want to change, or your goal, you have a passion, or there's a reason why you want to become. Matter welcoming and everyone. So, and one of the things that people would always say is that, okay, yes, I understand this, I get this question, so how to do I program? You would find it right in you. The link is in my bio, and I'll show you so that just so you can also become like true, like the first step for you is to click on the follow button. That's the first step. Click on the follow button and join the $1 Million League. But this go here, right? Go here and you would find it, and you will find the same thing on YouTube as well. Okay. So and you would see it next link right here. Click on it. Click on it. The link. It will try to keep you here. So you want the mentorship program, like true, that is here. It's right here. That's the MDL. That's the $1 Million League, right? Because you're going to be a league for you're part of the league for 3 months, right? Every question you might have, and because we're talking about assets today, everything is as a discount for this life, right? After this life, you can send me a DM. If everything will return to the normal price, right? MDL, you would see that is the mentorship program. It's a 3-month mentorship program for this purpose. And that's the one that Trudy did, and she's doing it for the next 3 months that we started. The other one that this is an absolutely must. So remember, I said it could be opening an investment at Safara. It could be opening an investment account, right? It could be opening an investment account. Opening an investment account, this is a cost for you. It's a self-paced cost for you. Click on that, and as a matter of fact, the regular price of that is $197. That's what the regular price is. But right now it's at $27. It was even supposed to have gone up. I don't know why they have not changed it. You can see the review right there. It's a self-paced course. So take advantage of it before they change the price. As a matter of fact, I did not even know that they still left it at this price. But we're changing the price is going to change after this live. You would see tomorrow it would have changed. This is a self-paced course. In the course, it's going to tell you how to open the account, which account should you open, everything that you need to know, how to start registering, how to get to start buying ETFs, because we talked about ETFs, right? You want to buy ETF, that's it. So, and I will leave it till another 3 minutes to 3:15, or the prices are going to change. So it's going to be for the next 3 minutes. So if there's nothing at all, $27 is launch money for a lot of people. Launch money. So one of the biggest investments is investing in yourself, right? So is it $27? Mine was $1,000 to get to $1 million status, multi-million-dollar status in real estate. If your goal is $100,000, is it $27? Launch money for today. That's it. $27. That's the cheapest you would ever see. This is because This price has been when we had the Wealth Building Academy. So that was we were doing what was it called? Um, co- uh, Corporate social responsibility. That's why you see that price, right? The regular price is $197, and but because they still left it at this price and the team has not changed it, you can still take advantage of it for as long as I'm on this live. We're going to be wrapping out the live shortly. Thank you all for tapping out the live. The $1 Million League is also here, which is the one true deed. 3 months, you have multiple access. I think you have 5 or 6 sessions, right? You have 5 or 6 sessions, and where you are going to be talking about either real estate or any topic of your choice. But we're going to also be guiding you regarding that. So take advantage of that. Is it 20 you from that 100,000, 200,000? Biggest investment you can make in is yourself. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, and I'll show you. Say, if you think that you're still struggling or you do not know